Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Bradley here, and it's time for the BuffRadio.com entertainment wrap-up presented by Buff Boy Brewing Company.
JB's Entertainment Wrap-Up.
Brought to you by BuffBoyBrewing.com. For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise, and you'll surely feel naughty when you swallow their coffee. Shop Buff Boy Brewing's premium collections of coffee and tea at BuffBoyBrewing.com. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough buff. Here's what's making news this July 14th. There's been some drama for Jay-Z during his stretch of concerts in New York City. On Sunday night, the final of his three-night stretch, there was chaos inside and outside of Yankee Stadium. It said several hundred people who didn't have tickets for the show rushed an entrance and overwhelmed security getting into the stadium. After that, no one was allowed in or out, and people were checked for tickets, so it was locked down. By 10 p.m., 20,000 people were still waiting outside hoping to get into the show before, well, I guess sunrise, according to locals on the scene. The show was scheduled to start at 8, with the opening acts taking the stage, but the start was delayed by hours. It meant that attendees had to stand around and wait 2, 3, 4 hours. One witness said they were trying to hold people back. It was so bad. What made this show of all shows such a big draw? It also had Beyonce, Rihanna, Pharrell Williams, Fat Joe, and Jeezy. The first song ended up being performed at 12:15, so technically Monday morning. Wonder, can you get a refund for that? That's false advertising then, right? The show happened on a different day than my ticket says. Maybe not. Anyhow, it ended up running until about 3 in the morning and concluded with a huge fireworks show, which, I mean, if you lived in that area, that scared the crap out of you, right? Jay-Z's music director, Adam Blackstone, later said, "I have not experienced anything like that, mainly because us thankfully being in a secure, safe space. We didn't know what was going on outside. Safety was always the first priority. Jay made it very known he did not want anything to happen to anybody. He did what he thought was best," end quote. It's being reported there was even discussion about canceling the show, but Jay-Z didn't want to do that because so many fans had traveled from far away to see the concert. And boy, did they get a spectacle. The View co-host, Sunny Hostin, reportedly tried the "do you know who I am" thing with police when her son got in trouble for allegedly trespassing. It didn't work. Well, it's not allegedly trespassing. It's basically admitted that he did. She wrote a letter. Anyhow, I guess we've got to say allegedly. It happened last month in New York when her 24-year-old son called mommy after he was busted for jogging along train tracks, which is private property. According to court reports, Gabriel was stopped, quote, on the right-of-way of the active railroad tracks in violation of the posted no trespassing signs, end quote. He's scheduled to appear in court later this month, but mommy, who was a former federal prosecutor, was called. A source said, quote, "They were just talking to the kid because he was trespassing, but his mother made it an issue. She wanted to know why he was stopped and why did they talk to him. She said, 'I am Sunny Hostin. I am on The View,' end quote. Officers clearly didn't care because, well, little Gaby is due in court later this month. Mom, who apparently is the legal rep for her kid, wrote a letter to the district attorney hoping to have this whole matter put behind them. Quote, "My client is a 2025 Harvard University graduate with no criminal history or prior contact with the criminal justice system. He is an avid runner and former junior Olympian track athlete who was in the area training," end quote. She maintains that her kid simply didn't see the no trespassing sign when he broke the law. Quote, "Dismissal would avoid imposing unnecessary consequences on a young man who has demonstrated exceptional character and achievement and who poses no risk to the community," end quote. See, if you watch The View, I'm doing that with the sarcasm that Sunny Hostin does her legal notes when she doesn't believe what she's saying, but she's got to do it because the lawyers want her to. Do you know, she takes that tone, right? She does that voice. She does that condescending kind of. So that's what I just did. What does Harvard grad have to do with anything anyway, right? And he's an athlete. Who cares? Does that excuse it? Well, we're going to see when it all plays out. His day in court is, he's due in court on July 31st. So if it gets to that point, we shall see. And that is a check of your headlines for this Tuesday, July 14th. I'm back tomorrow right here on the BuffRadio.com entertainment wrap-up presented by Buff Boy Brewing Company. Till next time, I'm Jeremy Bradley.
For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be played